Good morning, guys. So we are here to spray this lawn. Man, this lawn looks pretty decent. We've been aerating and seeding this one. Last year was the first year we did it with all the Black Beauty. There's some weeds in it, and we didn't get down the third round of fertilizer on this. I'm not going to do it today because we're putting down a starter next week. Although it wouldn't hurt it, but I don't have it. It would just put more nitrogen into the lawn with that if I added that round. But we're not going to do it because I didn't feel like going to get it. And it's not a big deal because we are putting a starter down. Look at that pretty tree. That's a weeping tree. Not sure what it is. Probably a weeping cherry. So I'm going to go ahead, get out, spray this whole lawn with tenacity. So let me put my gloves on. Actually, I have some mixed. I have enough to do almost 3,000 square feet mixed. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this out for, it can sit for a couple days. You just have to agitate it, mix it up some. We have a bunch of lawns to mow today after this, and then we're aerating and seeding a new one that we picked up this year from a referral that we started spraying. That one I'll show you and explain when we get there. Rachel's gonna come help me with that one. But let's go ahead and get this sprayed, guys. So when you get tenacity, a lot of people ask me what the mixing instructions was, and I think I showed you in a video, but it shows simply there how to do it. So if you need to spray 6,000 square feet of lawn, you see you have 6 gallons, but usually your sprayer doesn't hold that much. You see the 6 on the plunger. That would be 6 gallons, and you suck it up to there, squeeze it into your sprayer, but I only usually do 4 at a time. So I'll put it to the 4, put it in my sprayer, and then put the water in, and then the surfactant. This Top Surf is the best one I've found to not make bubbles when you're filling it up. This was given to me by a friend. I used to use this stuff from Site 1, and it would make a lot of foam and suds come out of it. With this, I just do 3 capfuls. It's not a science with surfactant. It's just you could waste it if you use too much. It's just like a dish soap, a soap to get it to stick to the leaves. So let me go ahead and get this done. I'll see how long it takes. Okay, guys, we're done this one. That took me 26 minutes to do. We charge $80 to spray that. And I used, so it's about 7,000 square foot, 7,000 square foot. Yeah, so I'm done this. And we charge 80 to do the fertilizing third round, but I didn't do that today. So we're gonna do the 4th round when we do seeding, like I said. Okay, let me go back. At Shaddai, we'll be back in probably less than 2 weeks to do this before the end of September. We'll wait for that to take effect. I'm gonna go back and get Rachel, and we're gonna be off to mowing now. So let's go.
Oh, I don't think so. Was there bees?
Yeah, definitely a lot of bees in that tree.
Oh yeah, I don't think I see any now.
Good morning.
Good morning. I don't have a head wrap and nothing in my hair, so it's all crazy.
We'll do some truck talk after this in a little bit. We're gonna jump out and aerate this yard real quick. This is the first one I told you about. So we're aerating, seeding, and fertilizing this, and we're gonna come back after he mows it twice and hit any weeds we need to hit. So let's get out and get it done, and I'll show you some of the progress.
Okay.
Okay, guys, Rachel's up there aerating. I am currently putting down the seed. This is probably the longest she's ever aerated. So she's up there doing that. I'm gonna go put down the half rate of seed. Then I'll get back to you when she's back here. This backyard's pretty big, so you'll see. Trying to grow seed all through here. See how big the backyard is. So we'll get some of Rachel doing this. Okay, I'm taking a little bit of a break, guys. It's a big backyard. I don't know how much we charge for this one. The whole thing might be like $6 something. But as you can see, I'm gonna try to hold my phone as straight as possible to give you the right perspective on this hill. Okay, the trees straight, the trees in the background. Okay. Oh, there's a fence I can go by, but that's Rachel. She is aerating the hillside. Uh-oh, she's coming to get me. So it does hills. I have to say, I seen the one that they have at Site 1. It has, it's a Lesco brand, I think, I forget. It actually has a box on it that seeds. Now that one, you can get a seeder for it to stick on the front, but the one on the one at Site 1 actually is all like controlled by controls what seed it puts out. It'd be nice to have, and the back tires are, I think, twice the size of them back tires. That's the only downfall on that machine, the back tires. They could have been a little more beefier and bigger. And somebody asked about adjusting chains and stuff. See, when Rachel's turning around, right before you turn around, like a good 3 feet, you lift up your foot off your pedal and let the tines go up. Don't be trying to do zero turns with that thing spiking it. Don't be whipping down the hill here and then try to make hard turns spiking the lawn, because that's why you'll have problems with your chains on any of these machines. What you're doing is when you go down and turn with the tines down, one side of the tines, you're stretching the other side of the chain, and then you get a lot of chain stretches. I've only adjusted that machine, and I'll have to see, I think it has 100 and something hours on it, maybe 100 and something hours. I've only adjusted the chains on that machine one time, and whenever I let my friend borrow it, because he uses it to do a bunch of aerations, I don't charge him. He's a good friend, so I just let him take the machine when I'm not using it, and I tell him, just make sure you lift up them tines before you make any turns, or you're gonna mess up the spike, not the spikes, the chains on the spikes. Okay, my phone's about to die. I'm gonna go ahead and finish fertilizing this, and then all I have left to do back here is put a round of seed down, another round of seed. We are going heavier with the seed on this yard. Usually we're at about, like I said earlier, the sod farm says 1 bag of seed can get 20,000 square feet. And that's at 2.5 pounds per 1,000 square foot of overseeding. If the yard's thicker, I do more. I mean, if the lawn's thicker, I do more on the 4 pounds per 1,000. If the lawn's thinner like this, I'll do closer to 6 pounds per 1,000 square foot. And yeah, sometimes that's a little more seed than I need, but we try to account for any weather, like heavy rains, seed that doesn't germinate, stuff like that, to and overcompensate with the seed. So, okay, let me get this done. Hey, look, guys, we have a friend. Let's see if we can get him to go the other way. Go this way, buddy. No, not that way, man. Oh, give him a blow. Lightly. There's been a hurricane before. Get him off the road before he gets run over.
Go to safety. I'm sorry. Go to safety.
Pull the trigger once. Harder. He's hanging on, man.
I know. It blew him too much. I felt bad. He rolled over. Oh, I feel bad. Go, buddy, go.
You won't feel bad if you just gave him a somersault, man.
I told you.
He's over there. There we go, guys. We are done that one. Watch out for bees.
Yeah, do you want to come over here and get me?
Yeah, I'll get you. They're building a new nest. So we're back out.
Good afternoon.
We didn't get to do really a big intro in the morning, so
No,
because
but you saw us working.
Rachel was aerating that hill.
Yeah. Oh, and you guys, you do have to be careful. The aerator is not as like stable on hills. I think you were telling me somebody was saying about putting weights on the front.
Oh yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. And like I'm short, so if it pops up on me, it's really scary. Like my heart goes pounding. Yeah.
She got
Carl
scared.
can catch it a little bit better, but it did pop up on one of the hills, and
So yeah,
I
think
had to put my foot down and kind of push it along. But
I think it will do good on hills if you were to put a weight in the front. I mean, they have the little receiver. You could put hitch in there and like.
remember
put
when I
something
took
on
it
top of
down that one side too, and I popped it up, and I was afraid to come back up with it. I think I left it down there for you to go get it at Mallory's. Remember?
Oh yeah. But yeah, if you put weights on it, it'll keep it. You'll be able to go up. I wouldn't recommend going too steep, even though it'll keep it down, because if going up you can, but I wouldn't go back down that way on a steep hill, because you could easily lose it going down the hill. It's too steep.
Yeah. See how I was kind of going diagonal? To do my second, like the one pass I went sideways because that's the easiest way, and then the second pass I kind of went diagonal. So
I mean, I guess if you put the tines down, if you start sliding, it'll keep you from going too far.
but it would still pop up.
And it'll tear the grass up though.
Yeah,
too,
and it will tear the grass as you're going down, right?
Yeah. So we're back out mowing now. I don't know how many we're gonna get done. We're at least gonna get 4 done on this round, right?
Yeah.
So then we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah.
So let's go.
We're doing this one.
We're doing this one, Pam's 2, and definitely Mitch.
Okay, so let's go.
Let's go. Oh, did I bring the tripod? Since I brought the tripod, I'll let you guys watch us doing a little bit of work here. where the bees are. We'll see if they went away. As you can see, Rachel's up there mowing. Done all this. Now I'm gonna go string trim everything. And there's no bees. Rachel took care of them. Okay, we're done this one. Not too bad, not too bad. 2 more done. Maybe 1 more to do. Well, definitely 1 more to do. We'll see if Rachel wants to do 2 more.
We're done.
Rachel is just telling me that she has to drive in a neighbor's yard to get her mower in the back of the yard that we mowed. She said if they were a crappy neighbor, they'd probably yell at Rachel.
They would yell at me. Like today was the first time that they've ever been out, and I'm glad today I was able to go in their driveway and like around, but she still had to move, and I had to say thank you, like sorry I had to do that. But there's times where I have to actually go in their ditch, and I don't like that. But
well, it looks like they sprayed a little bit too much of some kind of poison in her ditch anyway.
I think that's what they did. So are they getting ready to like seed, I guess, because she was out there picking like all these weeds.
Maybe.
And then I feel like really I'm very conscious about not blowing weedy lawns into nicer lawns, but that is not a nicer lawn. And the side is very hard. Like it's either I blow it into the neighbor's yard or I blow it into their beds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, today I blew it into their beds because that lady was right there and I didn't want to.
Into our client's bed.
Yeah, into our client's beds.
She
But
never
they haven't
gets
been
them
done in
and they're
years.
full of weeds anyway because the tenants grow flowers all in there, so we don't mess with any of the flower beds, nor do we. If we're paid to mow the lawn, we don't go and pick your weeds out of your flower beds. We don't go and weed eat your flower beds down. No. We're done. We're there to mow the lawn. We're not.
I blew it afterwards.
I mean, sometimes we'll grab a big giant weed if it's sticking up, but no, that's a different service, guys. You don't do that extra stuff to make the client happy. You just don't.
No, one weed, 2 weeds maybe, and then obviously the driveway is our
the driveway, the edges.
Yeah, like if there's weeds growing in the driveways or whatever. And then now that we're doing aerations, I will go around and actually pull some weeds out of the lawn. But no, if we're not paid to do the beds, then
we're not going to sit there and do the beds just to be nice, because that's time that you're taking out to do that. Some people will say, well, you do them little things, they'll give you no, it doesn't happen like that.
It doesn't.
It does
and
not
to be honest with you, if you actually start it, then that's what they're going to expect all the time.
Yeah, so then when you don't do it and then they complain you didn't pull the weeds, you kind of don't have a leg to stand on because you've been doing it all year.
Yeah.
You specifically give them a quote to mow the lawn because it's a separate price to sit there and try to weed the beds out. It's a lot more manual work.
Yeah. And we don't suggest to lump that in as like a service.
No.
Because they can get pretty bad.
Yeah, and
like some of the
if you
weeds.
actually pay to have the mulch done and it's properly cleaned out, then we'll sit there and pull weeds. But if you're not going to do that and you're just going to let the beds be bare, that's not on the lawn care guide, because a lot of weeds will grow up there fast.
Yeah. So like beds that we have maintained, I am definitely known to, you know, as I'm blowing, like, oh, that's a weed, let me get that.
Yeah.
But again, we did those beds at the beginning of the season. That's
So,
our work.
yes.
Our name is on that.
So we would expect that we would pull weeds as we go for a while.
Yeah.
Now, if we do the mulch job in, say, early spring, and they don't have us do anything or spray anything, and we come all the way to fall and there's weeds growing out of control, that's another thing.
Yeah, but
You know,
usually that's
our
not the
beds
case.
don't.
No.
Our beds are well.
Yeah,
done.
we really do a lot of prep with our beds, and then between the clients and us, you know, they're maintained. If they need another cleanup, then they ask for
And
a cleanup.
preen will help you. And usually when we do our pre-emergent rounds, we don't put the guard on when it goes into the bed, so the pre-emergent kind of shoots all through the beds anyway.
Right.
It's not going to hurt your plants. It'll give them a little extra fertilizer. The only thing would hurt is if you have a client that likes to plant a whole bunch of wildflowers or something.
Yeah.
You would have to tell them that if they're going to plant them. But normally they'd be scraping the ground up anyway to plant them.
To plant the flowers, yeah.
So you should be
sure.
fine. Well, it's getting hot in here because,
Yeah.
believe it or not, we went from the 70s back up to almost 90 this week.
Yeah, crazy, you guys. So sorry, I had to turn the air on
So,
a minute.
and no rain. I was wrong on the whole bunch of rain. It's been 5 days since we've had rain. We've only had 1.5 inches in 10 days.
Yeah. So we're telling people to water.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
So, guys.
So please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
And be happy, guys.
Or at least try.
Have a good night.